Hey Nick, Lucas Wald here. Thanks for sending over the swing and tagging. I've got you on the left, DJ on the right. Definitely we need face on at some point. Obviously in person, come down to LA. We'll get you some more speed pretty quickly and hit it straighter. So I could use Tiger, a number of players, but I'm going to use DJ for this down the line review. So I got some yellow lines on you here. Just outlining basically the trunk of your body, and then one here on the tush line where your butt is, and then one on the bill of the hat. Same on DJ, trunk with these two parallel red lines, one on the tush and one on the bill of the hat. So you're going to see how when he starts back, okay, look how there's a little shift of the body, the whole body really, but look at the head. We can see it's a good indicator how it pulls away from that red line a little to about here, about lead arm parallel. Now from there to the top, as the left hip flexes, as a lot of stuff happens, he gets back to that original line, okay? So again, watch that. Here, and then up to the top. So the trunk lines, so look at the red line here, the two red lines. The trunk is basically still in those original lines, a little bit maybe of that left lat protruding down below, but also look how much loaded he is in this back hip. Okay, he's sort of crashing through that original line of the tush, and then coming down to impact, you'll see how at impact, full rotation, and then that left hip now is still on that original line. Okay, so let's watch you now. So backswing, we're going to see how you do just the opposite. Your head lowers and it crashes through that where I have that original red line. Look how much forward you've gone here with the whole trunk, the head. Everything is out towards the toes. Okay, so then coming down, you're off this original line. So look at that original line on your butt. You're way out in the toes. And so then you have to pull back, and you do actually a pretty good job of it being that far forward of rotating, but it's just too much of an out to in path. Okay, but all this stuff, all these movements are mutually reinforcing. If I improve the backswing, I'm going to improve more the transitional movements, and if I improve the transitional movements, I'm going to improve the downswing and ultimately impact. So you know, it's like, you know, I wouldn't never fix your path at impact without fixing the start of the backswing. So we need to train just the very start to left arm parallel to look more like Dustin Johnson. So watch that again. A little move even before the club head starts off the ball to about lead arm parallel. So he's up there, and then from there to the top, he loads into that back hip. So the weight's in this trail heel on the outside of the foot and trail heel. This right glute is lit up. So that's the position that we're wanting to get you in at the top of your backswing. Okay, you can see how, look how much lower your hands are. Like if I put a circle around your hands right there compared to DJ's. So we got to get you extended, more up, higher hands, more extended right leg. Your right leg, whoops, is still in flexion, something like this. And we're wanting to take some of the not locked, but some of the flexion out so that you see a little gap between the legs. So more loaded into this trail glute, right, so that we can use it in transition. So let me erase some of these lines and maybe show you one more extreme example. Jamie Sadlowski from Canada, a long drive guy, a friend of mine, also a probably +5, +6 handicap. But you'll see the same thing. I traced his head there, and you'll see him move up and off the ball. And again, he's hitting this probably 380, 400. So it's a little more extreme example, okay? But you're going to see look how loaded in this back hip he is. Okay, high hands, letting this elbow go out from the side. You know, that was taught to many golfers as being taboo. It's not. Look at Fred Couples, Jack Nicklaus. There's so many. Jamie here that let this elbow go. Okay, and then coming down, you'll see just the massive amount of rotation. Left leg firing. Look at the gap between the legs. He's in side bend. Okay, just like what we saw in Dustin Johnson. So that'll give you kind of a kickstart into some of the movements just starting out. First and foremost, get loaded into that trail glute, the weight to the back heel, okay, and then get that upper body in those original trunk lines and the bill of the hat moving just a little bit away from the ball to left arm parallel, and then from there to the top, as you load, it can go a little bit forward, and that's going to get you in a better plane, if you will, of the swing coming down. But also, let's get the hands higher, let the right elbow go. All that stuff will happen a little bit easier if you get that right hip turn, more internal rotation, right leg a little more extended, will get you a little taller. Collect some data. I'd like to see your before numbers before we start doing this work, just so we can have a before and after case study. That's what people like to see. This is where you were with the corresponding numbers, so that when we start working on the swing mechanics and we collect new data, we can show the before and after. So I'd love to see your TrackMan numbers before you do any of this work if you can. Otherwise, come to LA and we can collect them. But basically, that'll give you a little bit of insight into what I do. Let's improve the backswing, and then we will improve transition, impact, and then we'll add some speed training and give you a boost. So thanks, Nick. Talk soon.